Thank you, Bernard. It's so hard to follow Bernard, but I'm very used to it. I am a Kansas City boy, and I feel so at home. I want to express to you first how warm I feel about this crowd. I love you people. You're wonderful. You don't have to be here. And a huge room full of people came out, and that just touches my heart, and I want to thank you. So I respond to the buildings that I'm in and the people that I'm with, and so part of being at Willowbrook was having to respond to that place, which was the opposite of this environment. I'll guarantee you, it was not a pleasant place to be. It was every bit as bad as the film indicated. It was the world's largest institution for the mentally retarded, and I was in New York. I came out there and did my internship after I graduated from the University of Missouri Medical School, and ended up at Willowbrook for 1.5 years until I got fired. And while I was there, I met this guy that's right next to me, and now I call him my best friend. And he was a patient there, and he used to be in a building. I had charge of 2 buildings, and one of them was Building 6. And he used to live there, but he now lived in another building. But he would come back every day. Bernard was a working boy at Willowbrook, as they called him. You know, he was made to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and get the place cleaned up, and he had to push a broom in the social workers department. But while he was there in the social workers department, he found some really wonderful social workers that helped him, and he helped educate them. And mostly I found myself being educated by Bernard, just like you are. He's been at this ever since he was living in Willowbrook. He was a troublemaker at that time, and he is now. And he's and he's also a comedian. The amazing thing about Bernard to me is how not only wise he is, which I think you all know, but how funny he is. And so he comes to Kansas City twice a year, and he comes on July 4th and at Christmas time usually. And because I have 5 kids, and my wife and I need his help with them. He always helps straighten them out. But when he would come to visit the Building 6 every day, I would make it a point to go to the little break room where he would go, and he would keep the attendants in stitches, laughing the whole time. And I said to myself, my God, this is the opposite of somebody that's mentally retarded. What are they talking about? And it really was an eye-opener for me. And not only Bernard, but there were many people there that, well, nobody was being served by this place. And that was what we began to realize, that institutions are the opposite of what somebody with disabilities needs. They need their parents, they need their home, they need love, and they need attention. It makes no sense to take them out of an institution. So when we started saying that institutions are bad, we became very unpopular people on Staten Island. Willowbrook was the largest employer on Staten Island. There was a huge union at that time who was fighting us because they were afraid that they would lose jobs. We never intended that. We loved the workers there, and now that very union, the CSEA, had us back to talk to them about how now they have more jobs in the field of developmental disabilities. So advocating for the rights of the handicapped is not bad for business. It's good for business in every way. And there's a time issue tonight. I want everybody to be able to get home. I'm going to stop talking now, but again, I guess I want to say one thing, and that's about not very much is asked of us in this business of advocacy and self-advocacy. Just look at each human being as though you're looking at them through the eyes of a newborn child, and don't put them in categories, or don't let them be defined by some section that they've been put in. If you don't see, then touch them anew every time, and then go from there and recognize our common humanity. That's the source of our human rights, everybody. It doesn't, you can't say that because somebody isn't functional, they don't have human rights. Once you start down that road, you're going to be discriminating against the innocent. And so just apply that in everyday life and see everyone as with new eyes. And thank you very much for coming.